Welcome back to Florida Powerboat Club on YouTube. This is Stu Jones along with our producer Ryan McCoy in the Pompano Beach studio. And now reaching back to April of 2022, our fourth event on the club's calendar now as we head to the Tampa Bay Poker Run. And it looks like about 12 years in a row for this event, which has now moved to the downtown Tampa venue, and it has worked out great here. So let's get rolling here with a lot of fun and powerboating in paradise on the Tampa Bay. So before we get started, let's thank our sponsors. Our 2022 series sponsors include Blackwater Boats and their sister company Deep Impact Custom Boats and their authorized sales center Plantation Boat Mart, Mystic Powerboats, Cigarette Racing Team and their authorized sales center Top Gun Yachts, Cigarette Dealer Chief Marine Group, Midnight Express Powerboats, Big Thunder Marine, Concept Boats, Performance Boat Center, Mercury Racing, and Florida Powerboat Club's longest running sponsor, Nortec High Performance Boats. In addition to our series sponsors, we'd like to welcome two local companies, Ultimate Marine, who are based in both Orlando and right here in Tampa Harbor. They've got a dealership right across the canal from the Tampa Convention Center. And also our good friends at Statement Marine, based right here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Builders performance V-bottoms, center consoles, and now outboard performance catamarans. And kicking things off here on a Thursday afternoon, this shot is actually from Marjorie Park Marina on the Seddon Channel, looking down the channel all the way to downtown Tampa. This is a new venue for docking, which we very much needed due to the challenges here at the Tampa Convention Center. Here we are now at the Convention Center, again, floating docks and a great location. If you are a sponsor, you're guaranteed to get a great spot here on these floating docks. And for everybody else, well, it's kind of hit and miss, but if you have a platinum membership or if you register early, you probably got a spot right here in front of the Tampa Convention Center, and this would be a prime location, no doubt. We've got all of the amenities we need with power and, of course, fresh water. And the best thing is the close proximity to the hotels, most of them walking distance from this dock here. And for those wondering, those two hotels are the Tampa Marriott Water Street as well as the Westin Tampa Waterside. And after the boats are all washed up, it's time to hit the Thursday night check-in, so we're all ready for the Friday Poker Run. And it's Friday morning and another beautiful day. Look at those clear blue skies and very light winds today, so it looks like it's going to be a great day of boating. Let's talk about today and the new format for the Tampa Bay Poker Run. As we see now, all of the boats have arrived and everybody's getting their final preparations of wiping the boats down and getting their crew loaded up. And today is going to be a fantastic day of boating. Now, the format change is that because we have a lot of trouble with a large group getting out to Poker Run lunch stops and getting the whole group together on a Saturday or at any time over the weekend, that's a big challenge for us, not only here at the Tampa Poker Run, but at a lot of other venues around the state of Florida. So we've been moving more towards a Friday format for the Poker Run where we can have at least one or possibly two different lunch checkpoints where we can get at least a good-sized group at each location. And I think that's the magic of doing the Poker Run, is being with your fellow boaters. And the more people that we can get together and keep together, that's really the clue here with organizing big events, because that's what everybody wants. You want to be in a group setting and you want to be with your fellow boaters. And so that's what we're doing today. And in order to get people out to really take part in the Friday run, we don't call it a fun run anymore. It's actually day one of the Poker Run. And that means we're going to be doing poker cards, and we're going to be giving out actual lunch passes for a catered lunch that's included with the Poker Run event. And that's the format for today, and it's probably going to be much the same way as we go forward. Hey, George, what's up, man? And here we are back at Marjorie Park Marina. That is an addition to the format as well, because we very much need more docking, and we didn't have all the docks at the Tampa Convention Center because they were under construction, and I think they'll be completed for the 2023 event. We lost space for at least 20 to 25 boats by not getting half of that marina. And the guys at Marjorie Park Marina, which is also a City of Tampa facility, were able to allocate most of their floating docks to the Florida Powerboat Club at very similar docking rates. And it wasn't very far away, and we supported that location with our FPC courtesy shuttle. So that worked out really well. And indeed, it was actually closer to the boat ramp on Davis Island. So everyone seemed to like the format. There wasn't a lot of hoops to jump through as far as the logistics and the staging. It all goes pretty well. You can get your boat in the water and on the dock and have your truck and trailer parked all within, an hour or less. So that worked out quite well. A strong showing of cigarette models here at the dock, and leading that charge, Chief Marine Group from Isla Morada. And yes, indeed, there is Terry sporting her Indian headdress and supporting the Chief Marine Group here with a very festive atmosphere dockside here at the Tampa Convention Center before the start of the run. And here is another team that's one of our sponsors, Midnight Express, and they too are in a very festive spirit. Some of the guys from the Nautical Network going to be riding along today on this Midnight Express 43 Solstice. But enough about the boat. Let's look at this lovely crew. Yes, the ladies of Midnight Express are going to steal the show. I'm guessing there's a Sexiest Crew Award in their future. And it looks like Ron Levy's going to be manning the lines on Team Midnight Express. And this lovely first mate going to be getting the lines off of the Chief Edition, this 41-foot Cigarette Nighthawk. And that means the boats are getting ready to leave the dock. There's Captain Gabby at the helm of the 41 Nighthawk, and they've got a very busy crew on board today. Seems like everyone has a job. And back up here at Marjorie Park Marina now is Scott Witt pulls away from the dock in his Wright Performance 360 Cat. This one powered by Mercury Racing 450s. He's all the way from Virginia. I believe it's his first time on the Tampa Bay Poker Run, at least in this new boat, which he recently acquired from Performance Boat Center. And last-minute preparations still going on here dockside as we get the stickers mounted. It's important that we get these decals up because we are going to have a helicopter today, and that is going to help them identify all of the teams. And my favorite part of the show every time, and that's the poker card handoff from the docks here, as we have now Team Ultimate Marine coming up with at least one of their 3 entered boats. This is the 46 Invincible, and what a beast she is. Quad Mercury Racing 450s. They've got all of the outriggers out and lines ready because I think they're going to go trolling today and maybe catch a few fish. And our next team is registered to Bailey Claremont all the way from New Hampshire, and that's his first mate, Molly, up on the deck of this 30-foot Spectre Cat, grabbing the lucky card. This older Spectre recently got a facelift and fresh power with Mercury Racing 300Rs. And a quick thanks to the girls of Key West. That's right, Hannah and the girls came all the way up from Key West to join us for this run in Tampa. And it's another cat. This time it's a Mystic 40 as Brandon Mayer pulls up to the dock in his 40 Mystic Cat powered by Mercury Racing 450s, Team Sweetwater Landing from Fort Myers. Now let's say hi to one of our local teams. This is Aaron Swafford and Team Foreplay. 2021 Fountain 38 Tournament Edition. So originally had triple 400s, but Aaron says, no, I want to do poker runs. So he added another 400, hence the name Team Foreplay. And altogether about 4 Midnight Expresses registered for the event, but the wildest looking one, no doubt, is this 5-engine Solstice 43 belonging to Chris and Shelby Mattingly. They've had a lot of hot rod boats in the club, but this is their first center console. They're all the way from Kentucky, but somehow managed to do a lot of Florida poker runs with us. And one more time with Scott Witt, and I did check his video bio. Indeed, this is his first time here at the Tampa Bay Poker Run. He trailered My Therapy 800 miles to a 10. And let's say hi to Mark Fitzgerald and his first mate, Laura Markley. Team Exemption is a 36-foot statement. They came all the way from Maryland to attend, and Mark tells us that this is a big change for him. He says he's very excited about the reliability of these Mercury Racing 450s, and he plans to attend a lot of poker runs this year with the club. And it's one more time with a special welcome to Team Ultimate Marine. Now their second boat entered on the run. This one, the big 53-foot HCB Suenos. And there they are, guys. Quad Mercury 600 V12s. It just doesn't get much better than that for a big offshore cruiser. I don't know the exact specs, but I'm guessing that this boat probably weighs in at somewhere around 45,000 pounds. And a little bit of trivia. The guy at the helm happens to be Elias Delatorre III, the man responsible for the success of HCB and also a longtime FPC member. Right, girls? Yeah, they say. Of course, everybody knows Elias. 2 important points about this team. First of all, Frank and Claudia, guys all the way from Germany and attending these FPC events on a regular basis. The second point is, out of 8 Nortex registered, this is the only one that is not a center console. It's a 2005 3600 Super Cat. And the moment we've all been waiting for, and that's to get on board with Eric Laser on Team 100. This is the new Midnight Express 43, the anniversary edition that was launched at the Miami Boat Show a couple of months earlier. And the real reason we want to be here is because Hagen's got all her friends on board today, and they are lining themselves up for quite potentially the Sexiest Crew Award here for the Tampa Bay Poker Run, with, of course, Miss Hagen leading the charge. Look at her up there. She goes, "Let's go, girls. We're here to win this thing." And couldn't be happier. Just love the support from Team Midnight Express and, of course, the spirit of this crew at all times. It doesn't end here, guys. We've got plenty more poker runs where they join us, and they're always putting on a great show. Well, Mike Boyle has really proven that he loves this Tampa Bay event. He's done it at least 2, maybe 3 years in a row in this bright red PILINI 34 Cat powered by Mercury Racing 400Rs. But Mikey tells us that this boat is going to be going bye-bye real soon. He's got his eyes set on a new MTI Cat. I guess we're going to see that later this season. Let's welcome our Canadian friends now, Mark Stoddart and his crew, longtime Florida Powerboat Club supporters in many, many different boats over the years. A lot of logistics getting this crew together. They came in from Toronto area, but the boat, well, it was in Grove Harbor Marina in South Florida, so they had to have it transported here. So a lot of moving parts to get them here. Thanks, guys. Their first Tampa Bay Poker Run. And it's strong international representation. Yet another team from Germany. Carsten Melcher at the helm. That's his first mate Mario picking up the card in this DONZI 38 ZR comp. It's powered by Big T Motors. And a very special welcome back to Team Try It Now. That's Ryan Foster. Not his first rodeo on this Tampa event. He's done this event many times before, 3 times in a row in this Nortec, 5 times overall with other friends. So that's what I call true loyal support. Ryan, thanks for joining us again, and hope you guys have a fun, safe day. And here's another team that's a long way from home. Chris Colson, his first mate Emily in this 39-foot LAVEY craft. It's powered by Big Mercury Racing 700s, and they like to make these poker runs a family event. That's what they're doing here in Tampa. So welcome back, team. And it looks like all the Jersey boys are grouping up for this segment as Del Flores now pulls up in his 36-foot Statement Cat. He's good buddies with Chris Colson, who we just saw. And nice to see them back here, back at home. They're running events under the Spartan Powerboat Club name. And Del says that he's absolutely loving his Statement 36, powered by Mercury Racing 450Rs. He just got the boat recently, so this is one of his first poker runs with this new Statement 36. Company owner Nick Buis tells me he's increased his production by as many as 10 boats a year just with this new Cat model. And it's time to welcome back John Wittenberger Sr. and his crew on this 39-foot cigarette center console on the Rocks 3. It's powered by triple Mercury Racing 400Rs. Completely redone cigarette and a center console that has really changed John's boating lifestyle, because it gives him a boat now that he can bring all his friends, and usually no less than about 4 bikini ladies on the boat. So I'm a little disappointed, guys. And a very special introduction to Vinny Winoski, all the way from New York in the Bronx Phantom. It's a 2001 34 Phantom with a serious 850 horsepower engine. He says the boat can go up to 118 miles an hour. Not bad for a single engine Phantom. Just listen to this beast rumble. And let's welcome for his first time Joseph Gross, another team from New York, and another Nortec 390 center console. So welcome Joe and his crew, their first Tampa Bay Poker Run in this beautiful 390 sport. Love the color coordinated graphics with the quad Mercury Racing 450s, and there you get the double row seating and the big T-top. This is a perfect boat for doing poker runs, guys. That's why they're so popular, and that's why we have 8 of them registered for this poker run. And we're on board now with Clint Hayes all the way from Tennessee. The team name is Kiss the Paper. The boat, well, it's a 2000 model year 42 Fountain Lightning. And get this, original motors, Mercury 500 EFIs. Guys, that is a classic. So nice to have Clint and his crew on board with us today. And I'm happy to see a lot more ride-alongs on this poker run. We've got a lot of camera people helping us out. The guys from Nautical Network are here. And a new guy named Walt B. Philman gave us some great footage as well. And there's a great shot of Chief Marine Group in their 41-foot Nighthawk pulling up to the dock. What a great looking crew. The cameras are rolling. The FPC girls are dealing the cards. The sky is blue. The temperatures are just perfect. Guys, it doesn't get much better than this. What a beautiful way to spend your Friday in the Tampa Bay area. Well, guys, don't even ask what this boat is, but yes, indeed, it is a registered Poker Run boat, and that's Billy Glick at the helm. It's one of his many toys. Believe me, he has a collection. I believe this is a former Navy SEAL boat. And that's a nice segue to, speaking of collections of boats, George Ariano, Team 151 Express. That's actually Ramon Vera driving this 42-foot fountain Poker Run edition. It's powered by Mercury Racing 700s. And right behind them is another one of the Ariano collection. This is a Phantom race boat, full canopied. And they built a few of these for racing, but when they're not racing, they like to do poker runs. This Phantom is a full race version with a canopy, but it has a very similar bottom to the boat we just saw earlier. Well, we've seen a lot of old school classic boats already in this episode, but if there was an award, it would go to Ray Evans, because this is a 1985 Cigarette Mistress, and he's got some seriously built motors, and I know that this boat hauls ass. And one more time now with Chris and Shelby Mattingly on this beautiful Midnight Express 43 Solstice. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It almost looks like 6 with the shadows, but my eyes are getting blurry. My eyes are blurry because of Shelby and her hot girlfriend, too. I mean, you know, what can I say? Anyway, guys, let's get back to the Poker Run. And now we're on board with Eric Laser and the other Midnight, the factory Midnight team all the way from Miami. And glad to have them here on board and representing the center consoles. Representing the Catamarans here, Mike Witt, all the way from Virginia, a brand new WRIGHT Performance 360 Cat. And looking now over the engines from that Midnight Express, you can see that there's a wide variety of boats. And from these high-performance center consoles, which appear to be ready to go out fishing for the day, to this Performance V-bottom, a Cigarette 39 with Mercury Racing 1100s. And, of course, some high-performance catamarans like this Stern Drive Nortec 3600 Super Cat with Mercury Racing 700s. Guys, it's anything goes on poker runs these days, and here in Tampa, that's apparently the way we're doing things today. And here's a shot I like, because that means we're up in the air now, flying for the aerial coverage, taking off from Peter O'Knight Airport, which is right here beside the Seddon Channel. And from an organizer's standpoint, logistically, it doesn't get much better than that. If you can lift your helicopter up and within about 60 seconds be shooting powerboats, that's what we're here for, and that's what makes this Tampa event work out so nicely. And barely out of the harbor yet as we now catch up with our first boat, George Ariano, in this 32-foot Phantom race boat, single engine, full canopy. And his other boat is this 42-foot Fountain Poker Run edition, a very rare 42, this one powered by Mercury Racing 700s. And here's a classic, the oldest cigarette in circulation with FPC, a 1985 35-foot Cigarette Mistress, belongs to Ray Evans all the way from New Jersey. Running right alongside his buddy from New Jersey, James Patty, 42-foot Fountain. Might as well say it's a classic too. It's 1995 Twin Step. You know, guys, that's the first year that Fountain came out with their Twin Step 42. So this is one of the originals. He's got some big power, runs well over 100. And just a quick shot of Bentley Thompson in this 39 Top Gun. One question, guys, where's your life jackets? And one more time now with Joseph Gross from New York and this Nortec 390 Sport Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. Quite the package. Ideal boat for poker runs and for trailering around. And Robert McAtee's all the way from Oklahoma. He was here last year in a Nortec center console. He wanted a bigger platform, so he went to this Mystic M4200 Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. A lot of boat, a lot of beam. He says he's happy. He loves the way the boat runs. Congratulations, Robert, your first event with the new Mystic. And Tony and Jessica Gilo are regulars for this event. They live close by, and this is their completely redone Midnight 39. They had 275s on it before, but now a nice set of quad 400s, and the boat is completely redone. They said they're loving it. Sometimes, guys, it's cheaper to keep her. And a tribute boat of sorts from the Midnight Express factory. The number 100 is the 100th Midnight Express 43 Eric Glazer at the helm, along with his wife and all of her friends, enjoying this ride here on the Tampa Bay. And I love the way this midnight hull is just eating up this choppy water as they get into Tampa Bay. A few features of this boat I wanted to point out. Well, the obvious is 5 Mercury Racing 450Rs strapped on the back. But if you look really closely, you'll see that the top of that T-top is completely decked out in C-deck with the Midnight logo in place. But more importantly, a nice, safe dance floor for the girls when we get back dockside later. And time now to catch up with Aaron Swafford, another one of our local teams. And I told you earlier about this Team 4 play. Kind of a neat story. It had triple engines on it, triple 400s. And he said, no, I'm going to need 4 of those. So he added another 400. Now she runs upwards of 90 miles per hour. But of course, he still has those outriggers strapped to the top. And that means if he wants, he could probably throw some bait in the water, catch a couple of fish. But the more I get to know Aaron, the more I realize this guy loves poker runs. He said in his video bio that he attended the 2021 Key West Poker Run. They had so much fun that he couldn't wait for the Tampa event right here in his own backyard. And you can see these boats are just tearing up these Tampa Bay waters. Now we're with Ryan Foster and his Nortec 390 triple 350 Verados, which, isn't crazy power by today's standards. But I'm telling you, guys, this boat runs fantastic with that kind of horsepower, and I'm sure Ryan would agree with me. He's done this run several times. This is his 5th time, 3rd on his very own boat. Good to have you back, Ryan. Thanks for your continued loyalty. And we're back with Mark Fitzgerald, a long way from home from Maryland, on board with his first mate, Laura. They boat mostly in the Chesapeake Bay area around Annapolis and trailered the boat to as many events as they can. It's his first time attending the Tampa Bay Poker Run, but now that he's got his 36-foot statement, it's a brand new boat. It's got very reliable Mercury Racing 450Rs. So, whoa, did you see that nice slow-mo? Great shot. But Ryan has basically told us in his video bio that we're going to be seeing a lot more of him because he just feels like he's in a better place now with this 36 statement with reliable outboards, and he's going to be doing a lot more poker runs. And you can see it's getting a little sporty out here in the bay as we cross over Chris Colson in his 39-foot Lavey craft. And here's a big cigarette that's just crushing the waves. Mark Stoddard in his cigarette 42 Huntress. And it looks like we're catching up with another Nortec 390 Sport. This time it's Kurt Watkins, who came all the way from Boca Raton to join us. This one's powered by Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. Kurt is very active with the club on poker runs, usually doing about 4 events a year. And this was a big change in his boating lifestyle from having a lot of high-performance skaters, but now he's loving this Nortec. Look at how that boat just crushed that wave and not a drop of water went into the cockpit. And now back with Chris Colson from New Jersey, putting this 39 Lavey craft through the paces as he throttles up when he sees the helicopter and hits the throttles and gets right up on top of these waves. And this is a boat that's really little known. It's a 39 model that was built in probably 07 or 08. The company was around since the 50s. And wow, look at how he just throttles through this wave here. You could see the boat is just dialed in perfectly. And sadly, we're not going to see Chris or this boat around for a while. Apparently, he's chosen to go racing instead. And we wish him the best. And time now again with Brandon Mayer from Fort Myers. Got his family on board and running this Mystic 40-foot Cat, Twin Mercury Racing 450Rs. And not far from home, just about 2 or 3 hours down the road, Fort Myers, where they operate a marina. But have been very active with the club, doing anywhere from 3 to 4 events a year using this Mystic 40 Cat. And I've got to say, I love the new wrap. And here's a team that's getting very active with the club, and a name we've all heard before, Al Copeland Jr., with his wife Liz on board their Nortec 390 Sport, Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. It's hard to see the beautiful graphics from up this high, but this is the first boat I gave the best paint and graphics to, and yet it's a full wrap. Well, with these shots, you can really see just how choppy it's getting as we get closer to the Sunshine Skyway. And it doesn't really matter what kind of boat you're running, that is going to slow down the pack as we now catch up with Mikey Boyle. And wow, he's getting some good air here in this 34 PILINI. Twin Mercury Racing 400Rs. And you can see here how the waves will affect each boat differently. Some of these bigger boats are just going to crush through these waves and not really going to change much in the cockpit other than having a bumpy ride. But, you know, these smaller and lighter boats are going to be really getting a lot of air. They're going to have to pull back on the throttles, and they're going to have to be careful getting too much air time and spinning their drives free and over revving the motors. Well, you can see that's not happening with that big 46 Invincible, but look, they are just flying off every single wave here because this boat is so light. It's a race layup, and I promise you that is a wild ride in that cockpit. And now I'm going to spend some time on this Mystic 40 Cat. Actually, John Kosker and his wife Robin on board today running the Cat. They usually run a big center console, but I think this was kind of a play weekend and certainly a good time to show off this 40 Carbon edition. One of the newer boats from Mystic as far as the layup of this 40 Cat. This one powered by Mercury Racing 450Rs was featured at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show and again in Miami. And I just love the way they did the colors both on the exterior and on the interior of this boat. They really went in a different direction with the dark burgundies on the exterior and then of course the tan interior, which I think is a beautiful looking cockpit. You can see how it feathers out into the back lounge section facing aft over the motor. So I think that it's a unique design, a great running boat, and of course thanks to Mystic Powerboats for being a continuing supporter with the Florida Powerboat Club. As we now segue into Robbie McAtee and his M4200 Mystic, and I believe that this was the boat that John brought as the factory demo a year earlier here on this Tampa Bay Poker Run. In fact, I know this is the boat that was in their ad that was in our magazine for a few of the issues in the previous year. So congrats to Robbie on his new Mystic 42. And a boat I've been waiting for now, the Chief Marine edition of this 41 Nighthawk Chief Marine Group on hand here at this event all the way from really the Florida Keys, a long haul to get here. Gabby Pacheco at the helm today of this 41 SIG with Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. And this is a boat that they brought out to a lot of poker runs, and they really welcome anybody who wants to get a closer look to climb on board. I know they've given a lot of rides, and they are really becoming a great representative for the brand, for Cigarette Racing Team, not just with this Nighthawk, but they also have a white 42 Auroras, and of course the one we all love is that 515 with Mercury Racing 1550s, which later in the season I got a chance to drive when they brought it over on the Bahamas Poker Run. And that reminds me that we have so many great episodes ahead for you guys, and 2 more here from this Tampa Bay Poker Run. Then we're going to get into the Orange Beach Powerboat Week, followed by the Bahamas Poker Run. So guys, you can't afford to miss any of those shows. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Click that notification bell so you'll get an update every time a new episode is released. Be sure to check out the website at flpowerboat.com for all of the details about upcoming Poker Run events in 2021, as well as membership information. You can follow us on Facebook at Florida Powerboat Club, and you can follow us on Twitter and on these Instagram pages. Thanks to all of our viewers for your wonderful comments on our page, and you guys know who you are, and I really do appreciate that. But if you have questions or comments you want to direct to me specifically, please use my personal email at stu@flpowerboat.com. I check that daily, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We're going to sign off for now. This is Stu Jones along with our producer Ryan McCoy in the Pompano Beach studio. Have fun out there, guys. Be safe on the waterways. Wear your life jackets when the time is right, and always respect your fellow boaters. Bye for now.